Hey guys, it's Jason along with my co-host Rich, and we're in Victory Brand Studios. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about where we've been.
We're the best, we're the beautiful, we're the only Ghostbusters.
It's not always fun and games for first responders,
05 Central, you show me in pursuit.
but sometimes it is.
Oh my God, he's not wearing pants again.
Sometimes it's dangerous.
Flipping around, look out, look out, look out.
Sometimes it's not.
Antler Boulevard for a snake in a house.
And sometimes it's just plain stupid.
Chihuahua in his lap on a lawnmower. Could be heavily
This is the
intoxicated.
stupid side of first response.
Dispatch, do I really have to go to that?
This is Code 0.5.
Come in 0.5.
All right, we've been talking about, I guess the things we've been going through. I haven't got to see you as much because I'm on a temporary assignment.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we basically took the summer off because the kids aren't in school. So there's so much more crap that they're in. Like, I don't know about you, but it seems like if we're not at the ball fields, we're out doing something else.
Yeah, yeah. And you had one start college. All that to deal with. So,
yeah, and that was different.
I bet.
I mean, I took her, we drove her all the way up to her school, which is like, it's 2.5 hours away. Get all of her stuff dropped off. She's putting everything in her dorm room because she has to live on campus.
Mhm.
And, once we get all that delivered and her dropped off, and then, we come back home, and me and Tasha were talking about how, there's one less at the house and that kind of stuff. And then the next weekend, there she is. She's back again. And I'm like, wait a minute. What are you doing here? I just got rid of you.
So you only had to deal with Tasha and her feelers for like one weekend, right?
Yeah.
We're talking like down in the feelers, deep in there.
Been a few days, I guess.
Oh.
And see, she was like, why isn't it not bothering you that she's going off to college and all? And I was like, look, we're never going to get rid of her.
No.
She's always going to, hey, I need $20 for this, $50 for that, $10 for this.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, it's like she's just going and staying the night with a friend, because actually a friend that she went to high school with, they're going there together, and they're sharing a dorm together.
See, and I had another guy that I lived with. He took his daughter. I think they took her yesterday, and he was dreading it. He's like, man, I got to move all this crap in. He said they pulled up, they got in front of the dorms, and he said there was like juniors, seniors, and sophomores out there. And they were like, what building are y'all going to? And he told them or whatever. And they're like, all right. They unloaded everything. And they were like, okay, go park over there. And he said by the time he got parked, they had everything up in the room. Like everything was there already. And he said less than 10 minutes, everything was done. He was like, dude, I was dreading that for like a week. Like I knew it was going to suck because it was just going to be me.
Yeah. Like my daughter had her car like completely loaded down with crap. And I go, just load stuff up like that you need at school. You don't have to take every dang thing you own because you're going to have to come back.
You might need it.
And we drive up there, and we get into a line in front of the dorms. And as I pull up, the guy was like, what room number? And I told him the room, and there was like 3 kids that came out. They unloaded the bed of the truck, and then they took it in. We went and parked, and we go to her room, and everything's sitting right outside of her room.
That's cool.
I was like, oh, crap. And because we left at the same time, but I had to make a stop and pick up some stuff. And then after that, I had Tasha with me, so we had to stop like every 30 minutes so she could use the restroom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So by the time Hannah got up there, she had her car unloaded. They put it by the room, and she had like 3/4 of her stuff already out and put up. And because they have like little closets for them, she had all of her clothes hung up and all this. And I was like, man, I wish you'd have done that stuff while you were at home.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the time you left it in the laundry basket or threw it on your dresser or,
And the floor.
But yeah, it was a breeze.
Yeah.
I mean, we drove 2.5 hours or whatever it is up there, and it took like 15 minutes and everything was unloaded.
Really?
And then the dorm, it's for 2 people, but it's fairly small. So there's not room in there for all of us to go in there and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we basically just went up there, delivered what we needed to, and then asked if she needed any help. And she's like, no, I can do it and all that. Okay. So we were just sitting around and we're like, hey, we're going to get out of here. And, before we left, we gave her a little bit of cash. And one of the nice things nowadays is like anytime she needs something, we can place like an order online and she just runs down to Walmart, pulls into a parking spot. And then I haven't figured out if she can do it, but she told me she was there. And then I put in on the app what parking spot she was in and they brought it out to her, whatever she was needing.
That's sweet. That's cool.
Because you know how it is. Before she left, I was like, do you have everything? Do you have this? Do you have that? Yeah, Dad. Yes, I have that. Yeah, I have. And then as soon as she gets up there, hey, I forgot shampoo and conditioner. I left my charger at home for my phone. And it's like, I asked you about all this stuff before you left.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah, she's, I guess, kind of semi moved out or whatever. But, and like I was talking to my dad and he was like, your kids really never move out. He goes, yeah, they don't live in the same home as you, but you're always looking after them, asking them how they're doing. I mean, it's a never ending thing.
Yeah.
They're just not living in the same home as you.
Yeah. I got, my oldest, he still lives with us, which that is a crockish, by the way. Apparently, because he has a job now, so he does his own thing, makes his own money or whatever. But we were having some issues with our insurance, and so she had to go through and redo all the forms. Holly did, and put down that he was working. This was what he makes or whatever. They counted his income against our house. Like they act like his income that he makes is, because his checks, he didn't work that much, but his checks are like $200. They counted that into our home income, so it knocked us out of a bracket. And it's been a pain in the ass. She's been going round and round and round with the insurance people, but yeah, he's still chilling. And then I got a senior this year, so he'll be heading out next year.
See, I don't understand that. That's his. It's not like he's taking that money and then going, here, Dad, this is to contribute to the household.
Yeah, he didn't. I mean, he literally pays nothing.
Yeah, he probably, goes and gets whatever he enjoys to do and stuff like that.
He gets crap. Yeah, I mean, he gets crap for the house if we need it or whatever. But, trash bags, little shit.
Yeah.
Nothing major. But yeah, they counted it against our income. And apparently we get taxed on that. It goes into our, from my understanding, his income. Even though, which I could be wrong, might be wrong. That's what she was telling me, is that because he still lives with us and he has a job or whatever, that it would count into like it was earned by one of us or something. I don't know. It's a whole mess of shit, and I hate it. I hate it.
Well, it sounds all dumb to me.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's why she does the things that require thought. She's the one with the degree.
If you're going to if they do stuff like that, then they need to come up with a way to enable us to add our subordinates to our income taxes, put them down as dependents. Because, I've got this, I've had some stuff change at work, so I'm on temporary assignment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I'm supervising a shift, and my phone goes off like crazy.
Welcome to my world.
With them guys calling me, and I'm like, how in the hell can I claim them as dependents on my taxes?
Which, by the way, for those of you who don't know, the supervisory thing, Jason got a promotion, so he's now sergeant, and he makes me call him sergeant all the time. Sergeant to you little bastard.
No.
He does. That's how he's in my phone.
And it's all awkward and stuff. Like, I'll walk in the building, those guys that I work with, I'll walk in and they'll like salute me and shit and call me Sarge. And I'm like, shut up. Just call me by my name.
Text message. You're like, hey, I need you to run by the jail and fill this out. And they send you the little salute emoji.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Quit it.
Oh, man. One of the guys that works for me, I probably shouldn't say some of the stuff on here, and I understand why he does it, but this sick bastard does this shit just to get reactions out of people.
Really?
Well, I'll do stuff to people to get reactions out of them, but he says some like sick shit to get reactions out of people.
I got one of those.
And I'm like, I'm not even going to say it on here. Because he asked me one time, he was like, dude, man, I listen to your podcast. Can I come get on there one time? And I was like, dude, you're going to have to tone it down if you do. Oh, yeah. And he was like, oh, yeah, I can do that. And I was like, man, I don't know. Because he's got this grin about him and he's always up to shit.
Yeah, I got one that's just like that. He's got some jokes that would violate the freaking Geneva Convention.
Yeah. And then they know when to quit the crap, because it's like when it's time to work, they'll work. But then when they're not working, god dang, man, they wear me out.
That's good though, especially, as like your shift and like that's your team or whatever, is being able to joke around and have fun. But then like when it gets to something serious, they all know what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody comes around that they they know they need to snap to, and okay, I'll go get it done, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But then any other time, it's like, yeah, screw you, dude.
It's like they make it enjoyable to be at work. You're going to kill that fly. Man, there we go.
There he goes.
Oh, he flew off and
couldn't fly very far. Took a wing out.
But, that's what. There he goes.
We've been battling a fly in here for like the last.
Yeah, and I'm sure you guys are like everyone else. The flies are freaking awful.
Oh, my God.
That what we talking about? Oh yeah, they make it enjoyable and it's fun to be at work, but when it's time to be serious, I know I can depend on them to be serious. We've got one guy, he called in one day because he was sick because he had a migraine.
Oh yeah,
and he called and told me, and I've had migraines before, and I used to get them frequently, and then they've stopped for some reason. Doctor put me on something, and then they've stopped since then. And it's been years since I've had one, but I've had them to a point where they were so bad where I would have to be in pitch black. I would get nauseous. I'd throw up. So I understand. Yeah. If he can't be out in the light and that kind of stuff, he's not going to do me any good.
No.
And then, he's, I think called in another time. I can't remember what it was about, but ever since then they started calling him Sergeant Sick Leave.
Sergeant Sick Leave. Are you sure? Is it I think I know which one it is. Said like his lungs hurt.
I don't know about
had to
that
redo
part.
floor or whatever.
No, this was a different one.
Was a different one.
Yeah, this one, his brother used to work for us too. And then he works down there now. Blonde hair. Called him Justin Bieber. That was his brother.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I seen him recently.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, looking like a whole IG model.
Oh, yeah, and then the aviator glasses.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, this is we were in freaking training, man. We had a training last week with another agency, and like this fool, like they're sitting there and there's like a slideshow and stuff, and this fool's sitting here the whole time. He's like looking all weird, like looks like he's about to have a convulsion because the way he's like holding his face. And then you can see he's just like slowly, he's like snapping selfies of himself in this training. Yeah. Like trying to do it from the side, like he doesn't know that he's taking his own picture. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody just caught him because he's so photogenic. Yeah, that guy, he's ate up. Yeah, so if those guys would have forewarned me beforehand, why do you have a package of stick-on earrings sitting next to you? Because, actually, I think those belong to the boss lady. But if they would have told me beforehand that it would have been like adopting more children, I would have told them, nope, I'm not. I could have told you that. It's like, look, I already got 4 kids at home. I don't need 4 more. See, but I feel like my freshman, which would be Renix, I feel like he's moved up some. He's actually, I got to give him props. He's actually on some stuff now. I mean, he still does stuff, and I still give him crap. Which I think if I didn't give him crap, then he would think something's wrong. Because if I don't say something to him, or if I don't mess with him, then he thinks, then he's like, hey, what's up? What'd I do? Like, why have you not said nothing today? Yeah. Like, oh, well, I've just been busy. But yeah, I've got a guy. I mean, like one day I asked him, I was like, hey, you guys come by the office real quick. What did I do? Nothing. Just come by the office real fast. They don't trust you. But what did we do wrong? Am I in trouble? No, just come by the office real fast. And they finally get up there and he's like, what did we do? Or I was like, dude, I'm going along with it. I was like, yeah, you know what you did. I'm like, dude, no, y'all aren't in trouble. Just relax. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why are you calling me to come in? Yeah. So then it makes me wonder, okay, what has he done that he's not telling me about? Exactly. What have I not heard about? Yeah. Then you're going to tell me, what did you do? Nothing. Oh, my favorite phone calls that I get from him is, hey, I might get a complaint. Yep. And I was like, oh, crap, here we go.
And okay, you've heard the thing that's been happening a lot. All right, before I jump onto that one, golly, there are so many like pranks and stuff that I'm thinking of that these guys have done to each other. I got everything going around in my head. You know how in the media and all that, they're talking about how, I guess, the Congress and the military and all that are talking about how that there is like aliens or that they have UFOs and stuff like that.
Nobody gives two shits. Nobody cares. Tom was right.
We'll have more coming up on Code 0.5.
If you're looking for a political podcast that goes beyond the headlines, check out the Beltway Briefing. I'm Howard Schweitzer, CEO of Cozen O'Connor Public Strategies. Every week on the Beltway Briefing, our team of former Republican and Democratic presidential appointees, Capitol Hill veterans, and political advocates shares behind-the-scenes perspective that cuts through the noise. If you want the inside scoop, subscribe now to the Beltway Briefing here or wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, you know how every call that we go to, you've got people that'll show up and stop, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on? What's happening?" And you can't tell them. It's like, look, if this is something serious, ongoing investigation, I can't talk about it, so don't ask. And what you really want to tell them is like, hey, if you were part of it, or if it was any of your damn business, I'm sure you would know about it.
Yeah.
So just go on. It doesn't affect your life, has nothing to do with you. Just go on.
Yeah. When you got them stopped, like you got the highway blocked and people pull up and they're like, oh, car wreck? Nope. Shark attack.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
Yeah. And then it's like, okay, if it is something serious, like if there's like a manhunt or if there's somebody out there that's running around, killing chickens or some crap, we'll let people know to be on the lookout and that kind of stuff. But if it's not serious, doesn't pertain to you, we're not going to let you know. I mean, it's someone else's problem, someone else's life. Just let them deal with it. And then I had a call one day, and people are asking me to come out for and do like a joint response with this other agency. Mm-hmm. So they were going to a house, and they didn't know if these people were going to be mean or whatever. And I go to the house. Well, I've been there before. They're not evil people. It's not that big a deal. So I'm just standing outside waiting for them to do their business, and then I'm going to leave. Well, this guy drives by. He's going southbound, like into town. Then he drives by again, going northbound out of town. Mm-hmm. Well, then he drives southbound again, and he's rubbernecking the whole time. Well, finally he pulls up and he stops and he goes, "Hey, what's going on?" And I was like, "Aliens landed." And he looks at me and he goes, "Do what?" And I go, "Oh, aliens landed back there, and they asked me if there was any intelligent life." And I told them they landed in the wrong damn town. And the guy just sits there looking at me. And then finally he kind of slowly starts to drive off, and he goes, "Asshole." He keeps on going. It's like, dude, it's not any of your business. Get out of here.
That's a good one. I'll have to remember that one.
But we need to get back onto the prank thing with these guys.
Right.
Okay. And I don't know if anybody knows this out here. I probably was the last one to discover this, but there's a website that you can go to where you can put a friend's phone number into it, then you put someone else's phone number into it, and then you hit call.
Oh, yeah, those bastards.
Yeah, and when you hit call, it makes these people call each other, and when their phones ring and they look at it, it has that friend's number. Mm-hmm. So, like basically my phone would ring and I'd look at it and it would say Rich is calling me, and then he would look at his at the same time and it'll say that Jason is calling him. Mm-hmm. Well, then we'll answer and we're like, "No, I didn't call you." And those guys, they started pulling that crap on me, and I'm going to play a partial recording that they did to me and Rich.
Yeah.
I can't play all of it because I don't want I think because I was talking crap about the guys that do it or whatever. And this dude might not care if I put it on there. You remember when Strand was on here?
Yes.
And he talked about the dude that if you gave him a 6-pack of Busch Light and some beef jerky, he'd build a porch for you.
Yeah.
It's that guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
So what's the dude's name? Jeff Dunham that has the puppets. I think he's got the one named Bubba.
Yeah.
Yeah, this he kind of like reminds me of Bubba, but I think he listens to podcasts, so he might.
He'll get a kick out of it.
Yeah, get a kick out of us talking about him. But here's the recording that they did of me and Rich calling each other. And at the beginning of it, I keep asking Rich what, because I really couldn't hear him. It was faint. But
yeah, I was working on something at the time.
But here's the phone call that they set up between us.
Hello?
I haven't answered yet.
Hello?
Hello.
What's up?
Nothing.
Two fucking morons do.
Do what?
I said, what are those two morons doing?
What morons?
My moron and your moron.
Talking about our wives?
I'm going to stop it there because that's when I let the cat out of the bag. And I'm like, we mentioned the guys.
Yeah.
And I think you were talking about Renix and Bubba, the beef jerky and Bush Light guy.
Yeah, you were like, who? And I was like, freaking my moron and your moron. Who? Renix and Bubba. They're over here by the truck snickering. Yeah,
and then here's another one. They did on me, and they actually went too far on this one. They I guess were testing the waters or whatever. And here's this one. It's between me and, since I've got my promotion, I got a new supervisor. So this is between me and my new supervisor. And we just got done with the call, I think.
Well, hello? Yeah. Oh, what's up? Nothing. You just called me. No, I didn't. Yeah, you did.
They say this one's one of the best ones they've done.
Are you there? Yeah, I'm here. What did you call me for? I didn't call you. I just answered the fucking phone, bro. I was like jamming out.
I was jamming out.
I answered the phone because you called me. Bullshit. I'm being serious. Bullshit. Why the hell would I call you? That's what I'm asking. I have no idea. I don't need you. Why would I call your ass? Them guys are fucking with us. Why did my phone ring? Because these assholes that I work with found this like website where you can put two phone numbers.
And we lost signal there. But the best part about that, because they all laughed and thought that crap was funny because, doing, Jason and his supervisor and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Well, he lost signal and I couldn't talk to him anymore. So then he called me back. Mm-hmm. And I explained everything to him and what they do and all that stuff. And he was like, really? He goes, that's kind of funny. And he goes, I'll tell you what, let's pull one on them. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, just tell them that I got pissed about it and that, just make up some stuff and that if this keeps happening that, we're going to write people up or something. So I was like, okay. Mm. So I grab a hold of this and run with it. Mm. So I talked to those guys and was like, dude, y'all please don't ever do that again. And they're like, why? And I was like, because man, he hung up and then I called him back and I told him when I talked to him that I'd never heard him speak like this before. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, he was yelling at me. He was cussing. Mm. He was saying that he wants to work with people that are professional, that he doesn't want to have to put up with this bullshit. And me and him got into it and they were like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. And he told me that he wanted me to figure out who it was. He wanted me to get, write up, get on to you guys, all this kind of stuff. And I told him that I'm not doing it. So I basically made it look like I got my ass chewed out and got in trouble and stuff. And after I told him that, I think it was, this guy that had done it. And he was like, man, he goes, I'm sorry. He goes, I'll go talk to him and tell him it was me. And I was like, no, just leave it alone. It's all been squashed. I go, it's just going to be awkward between me and my supervisor for a little while, but we'll move past that. And he felt like shit, man. Afterwards, he kept texting me. He's like, man, he goes, I'm sorry. He goes, I'll go talk to him. And he goes, I don't want you to get in trouble because of something I was doing. And I was like, dude, just leave it alone. Well, I'm telling my supervisor what's going on. He's laughing and shit. Well, finally, at one point, the guy was telling me how bad he felt and all this kind of stuff. And he goes, dude, just my supervisor's like, just tell him that we're just screwing with him. He goes, I don't want the guy to have like a damn panic attack or something or not sleep tonight. He goes, just let him know that we're just messing with him. And so I finally let him know we were just screwing with him. But they ended up doing it again. But this time it wasn't between me and the supervisor. It was between my supervisor and like the number 2 guy.
Oh.
And I'm like, man, I had just told these guys to knock this crap off and they won't stop and they keep doing it. So here it is.
Hello. You there? What's up? Nothing. What's happening? Did someone do that thing to us?
Apparently. Probably Cycle.
And I get blamed for it.
I'll find out who it is and go get what's coming.
All right. That sounds good.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So then right after that, I get a text from my boss and he goes, hey, that stuff was funny at first. It needs to stop. You tell them that if it doesn't stop, that we're going to start having mandatory meetings at 9 a.m. every morning until they can figure out that when I tell them to stop, it means to stop.
Right.
And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll let them know and all this stuff. And I just let it go after that. Well, what I didn't tell them to was that it was actually me that made them call each other.
Holy crap.
So because actually them two, well, I know my supervisor listens to this. I don't think the other one does. He might occasionally. So after they listen to this episode, he's going to find out that it was me doing that stuff to him.
It's going to be 6 more months and nights.
Yeah, no kidding. God, I miss the freaking daylight. I miss the sunshine.
Dude. Day shift is boring, you know?
Yeah. Well, and nights has its moments too, where it can be.
Yeah, I imagine.
But yeah, them guys, I don't know. And you know what? We're coming up on about the end time of this episode, but on the next one, I'm going to talk about old Bubba and his Bush Light and his beef jerky.
Yes.
Yeah, some of the pranks that he's pulled on me and the stunts he's pulled, I got some stories to tell about him.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I never took him for the type.
Yeah, he likes to have fun, but then he's also probably one of the hardest workers I know. I mean, he's a freaking goofball, but he'll work.
Really?
Yeah. But I mean, if there was a couple more guys like him that we could hire, I'd push for him. Be like, yeah, man, he is kind of a jackass, but he's a hard worker.
Yeah.
But anyway, I know we've been gone for what, almost 3 months now?
Almost, yeah.
Oh, I didn't tell you.
What's that?
We hit our 1 year anniversary this month.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah, it was, I can't remember what it was, but like, I guess, was it August of last year was when we had our first episode?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what we're going to do from now on is that we'll do this stuff. And then when summertime hits, when the kids get out and then we get busy with all their crap.
Right.
We'll just take a break during summertime.
Okay. Well, I know like during that break, cause we had it was supposed to be shorter, but like even during that short part, dude, I need to make like a freaking TikTok for like all the dang messages I got from people. They're like, where's it at? Why is there no episode? No episode today? What's going on? What's wrong? What happened? Where's that? And I'm over here like, Jason is a bastard. He went to nights.
Oh, I bet you are. I bet you do. I bet I get thrown under the bus.
I've been waiting for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're back after our little break that we're going to call this season 2.
Season 2, baby.
And did you know season 1 we had 82 episodes?
Nice.
Yeah. So we're going to be coming in on our 100th episode. We're going to think of something to do on that one.
Oh, maybe we should use that app.
The app.
Yeah, that thing. Whose numbers do we have of like important people?
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that.
Maybe we can get one of the chiefs of one of the tribes. I can get a hold of that, and then Kevin Stitt. And you can do it to him.
Oh my gosh. Okay. The prank call thing.
Yeah.
One of the guys I'm standing there with one day goes, "Hey, watch this." So he sets one up and then makes the phone call.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's over with. And I'm like, "What did you do?" Well, he plays it. And when he does, the person on one line goes, "Hello, Maple Garden, can I take your order?" And then the other one goes, "Hello, Chinatown, can I take your order?" He had two Chinese places call each other.
That's weak.
I was like, "Oh, come on." Now that would have been funny as hell if them two started arguing with each other.
Oh, yeah.
Calling and...
I think I've heard one of those between like Little Caesars and Pizza Hut or something. They were talking trash.
Yeah,
too.
that's
They're
it.
like, that's why your pizza sucks.
Yeah.
My pizza sucks.
All right, we're going to call this one good. Hey, guys, thanks for listening.
Thanks.
You have been listening to Code 0.5, the lighter side of police work. If you have ideas or suggestions for our show, we'd love to hear from you. Visit our website at code05.co. That's code05.co. And please consider making a donation at our Patreon page, patreon.com/code05. Be sure to use the digits 05. Thanks for listening to Code 0.5.